Ilia Savosin is back, and is this now edit of the year? After a controversial post just over a week ago, a telling off from Roces, a couple of apologies, he dropped his promo edit for his Heat M12 skate and is now receiving comments like, best skate edit of 2023 hands down, best promo edit I've seen in years, blading video of the century, one of my favourite skate edits of all time, absolutely genius. People are treating this like Michael Jordan's NBA comeback in 1995.
Hey, I'm back, that's all that matters.
I bet Martina's glad she didn't sack him, and Ilia must be sitting in his room thinking, thank fuck. All the stunts are performed by professionals, do not attempt this yourself. The thing's had 21,000 views in 20 hours, which is pretty good going, and the comment section is just like flooded with praise for him. Let's just like stop randomly somewhere. Amazing skating, amazing scenario, and prod. I really like that. Thanks. Absolutely amazing. This is art.
What is that?
It's art.
I like it when you see things and people have to point out that it's art. Great work, great performances, and much better execution than Ilia's Insta edits. Well, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a step above those things, isn't it? Which became kind of lame over time. But this production changed. My opinion on Mr. Savosin. Very well done. I think that's pretty fair. This was truly incredible. I guess that's who he is, for good or bad. Some of these are quite like sentimental. Wow, this is a masterpiece. Congrats. I've seen a few people like saying that it's a masterpiece. Are we saying like on the level of like Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam or Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa? That's the level it's getting compared to here. Very nice.
Вот что надо отправлять в виде посланий пришельцам, потому что это лучшее видео
ever, which is like send to the aliens because this is the best thing ever. Imagine that's the first thing they saw of humanity. Simply fantastic. Great ending, 10 out of 10, would watch again. From somebody called Dollmaker13. I wonder if they had anything to do with the other one. Let's make rollerblading great again. I would definitely laugh if the thing that changes the tide for rollerblading and all of a sudden gets loads of people back into it again is Ilia dressed as a clown. His doll post was fucking disgusting, but this is awesome. One of the best edits I've seen in a while, just pure fun. Love it. There was definitely a lot of eyes on him after that post the other week. He said his apology, so kind of all he had to do was show that, like, you know, he was above that and he was a bit better than that and he could move on, and he just so happened to have like an ace up his sleeve. I bet he was absolutely, he must be loving it at the moment. Like, I cannot believe how well this has gone down. Whew. Like straight off the bat, like production on that thing was unbelievable. Like really, really good. It has that kind of sheen to it where it feels much more like an ad rather than like solely just an edit. I think it makes such an impression because like you don't see that kind of so much in skating. Maybe like, you know, a Jonas Hansen edit. He's done a fair few that had that kind of like sheen to it. JK in 5D Vision, Mike Therese, that had that kind of like advert-y kind of feel to it. A lot more skating in that one though. Carson Boyson edits have that high production feel. Of course, like the stuff that Don West does. He said in a post, all summer we worked with the Firma production team to create this video. A lot of energy, effort, resources and monetary investments were invested into this project. According to my calculations, more than $2,000 excluding camera work. Thanks to all my friends, families and colleagues who helped implement this project, who did a great job. This year I decided to move away from the concept of shooting endless tricks that are incomprehensible to the common man with fisheye. A short film with a plot and meaning awaits you. I don't think anyone has done anything like this before. I really hope you enjoy this movie. The closest things I can think of that have themes are Black Bandit Media, who have done loads of different themes throughout their edits. The latest was Charles Broccoli, where they're all undercover detectives. You had Pasta La Vista with a pasta theme. Ranch is about ranch and has a whole music video intro. Well, actually, they kind of all have like musical-esque scenes at the beginning. There's Buffalo, wing, and a heap more. You've also got themes in things like the Mindgame videos, particularly Bang, where they had the uniforms on. You had Mac Mickey dressed as a clown. Ollie Short facing music. The intro and outro is him dressed up as a businessman, and on the way back he's all like bad from the skating. Obviously there's themes throughout What Do You Believe In, Brian Sheamer eating a burger with the rabbit appears all over the place, the protesters, the propaganda, John Elliott making that rabbit head mask out of all the posters, then actually doing a trick wearing the thing, plus the intro to Weekend and Them's collaborative edit with the like Naked Gun Police Squad reference when they're being like chased around. And this thing is on another level. I think it's really sick that he's managed to bring his ideas to fruition on like such a high level, but he also deserves credit for not being just like, oh, I've got this idea, it would be sick if we could do this, if we could do that, but actually going ahead and like trying the thing and getting it done. And then you loop back to the fact that he's done it so well. I mean, this could have looked really bad if he wasn't such a good skater and didn't pick the right team for the job. Like, it would have looked awful. Like, every aspect of this video was on point, blown the bar to space for what a promo is meant to look like. And I really hope this inspires like more advert style videos. I think that's like what people could take advantage of, rather than like thinking it has to be a very set way, being like, oh, actually no, we can kind of do whatever we want, because this is an advert for this product. And if we're talking about taking a slightly different approach to ads, you had the Them and Weekend collab for the Alan Gelfin High video where they go around the high school. I understand people saying like edit of the year, and I already think it's deserving of some sort of award, like, but I'm not personally looking at it as an edit. I don't think that's the right category for it. I think it's like, it's a lot more than that. And I think in my head, edit of the year is like primarily focused on like the skating. So like something like Base Them, I think that would win like edit of the year, because I think the skating in that is better. But it would be such a shame for Ilia to not win just because there wasn't a lot of like skating in the edit, like 6 tricks I think in total, even though they were massive. Even like section of the year, like, again, I think like the main focus is on like tricks and what the person is doing as an individual. Even saying promo, I kind of feel like is a little underneath what this actually is and not entirely like accurate. But like, I think you could have all those categories, say it does end up going into like promo of the year, but then you could also have like video of the year, like the best of all of those, like the best of any kind of video in any kind of category. And I think like this would be pretty hard to beat. You could probably go full film awards with his one, like it'd win production of the year, it'd win hair and makeup of the year, it'd win like set design, best male in a leading role, best male in a supporting role. It would clear up. We just need to make like a few more categories for it. I mean, if this is going to get outside attention, as much as I think the clown suit is entertaining with what Ilia did in it, it looks good, like the makeup is quality. I hope people outside can see past the clown suit. I mean, he did like big tricks, big crowd pleasing tricks, so that should help. But like, it's just the clown theme is kind of, I don't know, a fairly overused gimmick in the outside world. Like, I think it's funny and good to be self-deprecating sometimes, and like Ilia has no ego holding him back, which is a massive plus. But does this video sell skates? Like, mum, I want the clown skates. I want the skates the clown is wearing. Like, I think kids will find it silly and find it really fun. But like, how many of them want to join the circus kind of thing? That's kind of what it feels like to me. Like, do you want to be associated with something you've seen a clown doing? What I think is important now is what Roces does next. The views are doing really well, and it could act as a superb like funnel. And I really hope they take advantage of the attention that this is going to be getting at the moment. Like, it'd be really cool if there was like a follow-up piece. Like, he can still be his authentic self and mess around, but maybe just like a little bit more skating. I mean, there is Aqua Marine, but ideally for the algorithm, you want something fresh and new coming from the Roces channel to like back this up. Like, imagine Roces gave him a budget and gave him creative control, maybe with like a little bit of like a quality control in there as well. Like, do something along the lines of like what Weekend Skateboards do with their videos. Like, I've seen people mention Danny McCaskill and Red Bull. Would love to see Ilia like drop the silly outfits and then every month set up some sort of mad obstacle, film a video of him like planning it, building the idea, film him having a session on it, that kind of like edit side of things, turn that into a 10-minute video, which is like much better for like ad revenue than doing like a 4-minute edit. Like, I think that would draw attention. And I think Ilia is at his best when he's skating the mad obstacles he's made, rather than like being dressed mad. Basically a bigger scale version of what's on his Instagram, but no costumes. I mean, have I just described like City Hopper and like every Red Bull video that's about, but just rollerblading and on a monthly basis, but with no existing budget. Regardless of whether it does sell skates, be that his or any other Roces skate, I still think it's cool that he's done it. But I hope that it does like turn out to be more than just an art project for like him and for Roces' sakes. And like that can start from within rollerblading by people sharing the video so it gets further, but then also like people actually buying the skates. Like, I think his apology was enough to start with to address the previous post, and then it was just about how he was going to move forward with that. And then this is a very strong way to do that, and I wish him all the best for everything else, the mad bastard. Right, let's get into the thing. Starts in his garage. That outfit is great. Makeup and everything's superb. Kind of looks a bit like It the Clown, but then I've also heard people saying that he looks a bit like Beetlejuice. Probably closer to Beetlejuice, actually.
You're working with a professional here!
Bit of ping pong. I used to play ping pong for a jersey. Oh, there's the Jurassic skate. Had the gloves and glasses from the Vin Diesel one. Would have been good, actually, if they filled out the whole room with like references to all this stuff, like the keyboards, the potatoes. I don't know if it would have been like advisable to have the doll in there, but it would have been in keeping with his sense of humour, wouldn't it? Straight away, production is brilliant. Just looks so crisp. Definitely like sets itself apart from a lot of things recently. Misty flip. Misty flip down a 3, flat 3, flat 4, 10. Flip it neck. Dressed as a clown as well, that's pretty ridiculous. I do like that he is such a good skater, so he can do some utterly ridiculous stuff dressed as a clown. Got good facial expressions as well. The music's Maniac, but Russian version. This is another big trick as well. He was saying in his thing that he wanted to keep it like, you know, not over complicated trick wise, crowd pleasers. That's what it's working so far. This is utterly ridiculous. This has definitely got to be an MBD, but Jake E was telling me that there is actually footage with Richie Isla getting towed by a horse, but not grinding. Unbelievable. That's what he's doing all those weights for, those water weights for, to balance stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they've actually got a horse at that gym.
Running is terrible. Everything is the worst.
They just practice without back. This is... I do like how the scenes like feed into each other. Look how close this is, like stupidly close. That guy was definitely bricking it.
This what I live for, everything brick squad.
Just no need for it to be that close. He didn't sign up for that. I reckon part of the budget would have been gone to compensating him for crapping his britches. A little bit of fishing. The boys. Stuntfish. That's actually played by his mate. Setups have been great for the tricks. So good. Is that trick 3? Or 4 if you count the water. Here we go. This is on kind of Red Bull level kind of stuff. And like, the maddest thing about that, I know like Kudo and Diaby did it recently, but doing it into a bank, and that surface looks brutal. Imagine like, oh my goodness, like, it's one thing missing it and getting hurt, you're like, oh that's bad, but then missing it, getting hurt, dressed as a clown, and like, imagine if he had to go to A&E, you're like, what have you been up to, mate? But also then being like, this makeup's actually pretty good, like, it's not like you've just thrown this on, you've gone to effort to look like a clown, and you've hurt yourself. funny. Nice little bit of acting there. Disco dancing. I can't get over this hair. I think this hair is really good. It kind of reminds me of this drunk that came running out of a hospital near a park I used to play in. Oh mate, trying to pop a kid's balloon. Maybe avoid having kids in your videos. Not sure it fits with the rest of your themes. That's Spartak. That's a good cameo. Then you've got another Red Bull-esque stunt. Massive. That's really sick. Reminiscent of Sven Botker's City Hopper Europe and City Hopper World, which I was talking about the other day actually. I wonder if they were like honest when they were hiring this thing. It's like, yeah, we would like the truck and that, but we're not going to use it for its intended purpose. We're actually going to set up like half a ramp and try and grind the thing. I wonder how much that cost as well. Back to Spartak. I'm pretty sure he was the one that discovered Ilia and got him on razors. So that's a cool little cameo. He's a good skater as well, actually. Definitely got a face for clown makeup. I think maybe this is what he'll go into afterwards, being a stuntman. If this doesn't go viral for him, there is that line of work. And it loops back round to the talent show, Cringe talent show. Utterly mad. Production on that was unbelievable. And it was like, it's really sick that he got like a whole team of people in there. Obviously like Firma on the production, you got director, produced by Ilia and Vova, photography, director of photography, additional filming, obviously the music. Looks like they might have actually probably paid for it and everything. Actress casting, special thanks. Loads of people involved with it. Mad, man. Let me know what categories you'd invent to try and like capture everything that was in Ilia's video. And cheers to all my Patreons for your support and my YouTube members as well. Couldn't do this without you. Here's a couple of other videos you can watch until I'm back. Spotty dog.